Oh, I should have got dressed, probably, shouldn't I? Before I go around humans, I'll put some clothes on.
Welcome to Let's Roll, the podcast where every week we play a tabletop role-playing game with our guests and get to know their life story through this story. You know our guest for doing a particular Scottish accent by a famous dame who has won the hearts of many. A hilarious comedian through and through. We have present in the studio today, Chanel Williams.
Oh, that's very kind of you. Thank you so much.
We will be playing Dungeons and or Dragons today. Maybe both.
I would be so excited for either, but particularly both, you know, like...
It's very much the promise, the premise.
Yeah, exactly. I came here for Dungeons and for Dragons.
All right. What's your TTRPG CV? Are we still calling them CVs? Resume?
Yeah, well, if you click into my LinkedIn, you'll find that I have absolutely nothing to display, which is disgusting. I am so excited to play, but I just haven't been around it. But I did hear somebody...
Should I be putting my D&D games on LinkedIn?
Please.
Is that what I should be doing?
That's where maybe that's why I haven't played it before. I've been looking in the wrong circles.
Yeah, no, I really hope this is your gateway experience to the world of TTRPGs.
Oh, 100%.
I'm a big fan of D&D, but there are other role-playing games commercially available. You have prepared a character for us, despite having never played before. You've prepared your character, which isn't always the case with this show.
Oh my gosh, I got so into it. I thought that would really help me prepare for playing the game, would be to know my character as much as I possibly can. Her name is Penelope Hollythorn. If she had friends, they would call her Nell or Nelope, but she doesn't, because she's kind of not charismatic and hateful.
That's interesting that you've chosen that as an experience, presumably because it's so different to your day-to-day.
Yeah, exactly. I'm so charismatic myself, I thought it's probably best for me to just try and be uncharismatic in this form so that I can experience what it's like. I couldn't even make it through that sentence there. I struggled myself, yeah. But she is she's a druid character. I don't even know how to say it. Is it a Genasi? Or a Genasi.
It's a hard G.
A Ganassi. Mm. Well, she is an earth Ganassi. She can turn into animals. She can speak to animals. She'd be living in the nature. She's got grey skin, black hair, black eyes, and she's in her 40s, but I did read that Ganassi have a lifespan of like 140, so technically she's in her late teens.
Well, you've made a character you said is very different to you. Is that the sort of thing you look at when you're looking for characters to play in other avenues? Do you look to be different from the core? Kind
of yes and no. So Penelope Hollythorn, or Strange Nell, as the village call her, she is not so like me in personality, but as far as experience, I've mined from my own experience there. I picked Druid because before accidentally doing well on TikTok, I got my degree and my master's degree in equine. My area of expertise is animals. So I figured one of my forms might be something to do with equine, and I'll be able to pull out some quick facts about horses that might help me out. That's what I was thinking.
I find this a lot. The more advanced your qualification gets, the more specific it gets. Mm. So was it horses all the way down? Did you start broad with, mammals?
Yeah.
I don't know the process.
In my experience, it was always horses, but alongside, particularly in the degree, there were other animals that was more comparatively we would look at. Okay. My dissertation was about seeing eye ponies in America. They started using Shetlands as seeing eye ponies, and I did a literary analysis of whether that's a good idea.
And your conclusion?
No.
Okay.
We should probably... I understand that for a very specific set of people, perhaps a pony may be better.
When you said a specific set of people, my brain went, cowboys.
Yeah. For people who are allergic to dogs, have enough space...
Cowboys.
Yeah, exactly. When you get into but if you're going to have a seeing eye pony, you should probably have two, because horses don't like to be alone, and now you've got two ponies. Yeah. It's not really the most practical thing to do. But you can't leave the one pony at home when you take out your seeing eye pony, so really you need three ponies.
Right.
So, yeah.
Yeah, you need a corporation of horses.
It's just a little herd. Yeah.
Wild. All right, it is time to present the world that we have prepared for you. We know about your wonderful series, talking to your younger self about the variety of incidents she caused. So, why not have a buddy comedy with you and your inner child?
Oh my gosh. Wow. Okay.
Are you ready to play?
Yes, let's roll.
Thank you. The town of Hartlepool is a quaint little place that houses the Order of Druids and their modest little temple. It's an enormous repository of books, to my mind. It's effectively housed inside a massive tree that over centuries has been grown and curated by druids to create a series of little rooms and chambers, housing books, all manner of animal and plant facts, flora and fauna, both mundane and magical, are detailed in here. What's Chenelope's role? We've suggested she's a little bit of an outsider.
Yes, well, I think that Chenelope is sorting through the books that are maybe outdated, need replacing, but really they're just the ones she wants to take home to keep at her house. So she's just sorting through the books for which ones that she's going to steal.
I'm guessing it's the horse-based ones.
Some of the horse-based ones, but just general, she lives in the woods, so anything that will be useful for her and her little clan of animals that she's got, her gaggle of creatures, that might come in handy.
Sorting through books, and she's taking out ones by famous equine authors like David Hasselhoff, Winnie Houston, Alan Shergar.
Yes, that was great. That was a really good one.
You're also there in the library in no small part because this means you get to work alongside somebody called Lady Lucy Lavender, a summer eladrin, an elegant elf-like figure who drifts gracefully through the corridors, leaving a summer breeze in her wake. She works there as an archivist and book restorer. Very much she's repairing books that then go into your inbox that then you steal.
Yeah.
She's blithely unaware of this. But your plans for the day,
yes,
as you wake, involve going to check on an elderly aunt who lives in a little cottage outside of the woods beyond Hartleyford. So as you wake in your little room, in your tiny wee little domicile, you complete your morning routine. What does Chenelope do first thing in the morning? You mentioned a gaggle of little animal pals who hang around. How little?
112. We've got several birds. I do have a familiar who's a magpie called Chicken. Right. Yeah, the squirrels, they come in, I give them some nuts for the morning. We've got a couple bears that hang out in the back. But luckily, they are all wild animals. It's not like they're my pets. So even though I give them a couple of crumbs here, they do mostly look out for themselves. Yeah. It's more of just a morning routine. It's not like
that opening sequence in Snow White where the birds are just basically doing housework.
Yeah, exactly. They're by choice. They've come for a visit. I have my morning grog to wake me up. No makeup or anything like that. I take myself too seriously. I splash some water from the well outside into my face, and then I'm ready. I'm ready to face it. Oh, I should have got dressed, probably, shouldn't I?
Well, they're animals.
Yeah. No, before I go around humans, I'll put some clothes on also.
Yep. Reasonable.
Yeah.
You've readied yourself in the morning. You've fed 112 animals. As you say, splashed water on yourself from the well. As you are, mercifully, just as you've re-entered your home and put some clothing back on, put some clothing on, you're getting ready. You're having a little conversation with the bears about the rule of three, because they're far too committed to that as a comedic ideal.
Yeah, 100%.
Their sketch act is weak. And there's a knock at the front door.
Uh-huh.
You bustle through your home. And of all people, it is Lucy Lavender from work.
Oh, snap.
You open the door and she's like,
Hello, Chenelope. It's me, Lucy from work. I don't know if you remember me. We meet on a daily basis. I often hand you books.
Yes, you do. What are you doing here?
As she says this, the sun is just perfectly behind her. She's backlit with an aura of pure summer energy. Butterflies are hovering around her. She seems blithely oblivious to this.
100%. Chenelope is like choking on her own words and is a bit like taken aback by this because firstly, no one comes to her cottage, and secondly, definitely not her crush. So she's like, oh, hello, Lady Lucy Lavender.
Please call me Lady Lucy.
Okay, Lady Lucy. What brings you to my neck of the woods?
I have a book for you, which I realise is quite typical for our dynamic. But this one isn't from the library. It's from my personal collection.
A gift? I'm in shock. Thank you so much. What book is it?
She hands you a little parcel.
Oh.
And it's wrapped in one massive oak tree leaf.
Wow.
That's been wrapped around that.
Lovely recyclable packaging. Thank you so much. That's so thoughtful.
Yes, reuse, recycle. The other one that starts with R, remedy? No, that's not it.
Something.
So, yeah, good. I just thought that might be something, you'd enjoy.
Would you like me to open it now, or would you like to come in?
I'm so sorry. I'm afraid I have a meeting with the head druid, and I just wanted to drop this off ahead of... I just wanted to drop this off this morning.
Okay, and now Penelope feels a bit stupid for inviting her in, so she's like, oh, of course. Yeah, you must be busy. Thank you so much. I'll see you at work, maybe?
Yes, yep. I'd love that. I mean, I must dash.
And she turns, walks a little ways down the garden path, stops, looks back over her shoulder, and then turns away and misty steps out of your line of sight.
And then...
In a poof, like a pantomime villain leaving. But instead of smoke, it's just pleasant floral perfume.
Yeah.
And a sort of a sudden cloud of butterflies and one moth.
And as soon as she does that, Penelope slams the door and goes against it, puts her back against the door. And she's like, oh my God, chicken, did you see that? And the magpie is just on the table
yeah, cacaw. I saw the whole thing. Oh no. Oh no. It's walking.
It's clucking. Christopher clucking.
I saw the whole thing. It's crazy. You've been into her for ages.
But I wasn't imagining that, did I? She was flirting with me.
Oh, for real?
For real. Okay, right, wonderful. Let's open the book. So,
well, you do that because you're the one with thumbs. I got this
true.
beak.
Yeah, that's true. If you could just peck the binding, but be careful, it might be fragile.
Sure, I'll open it using my face. Ow.
Okay.
Ow. Ow. Ow.
So,
Done.
I'll open the wrapping and I see what's inside.
Inside is a copy of a lovely book of an encyclopedia of rare plants called Gather Ye Plant Buds.
Oh.
A book that details a lot of local flora. Local to this town. It's an old book that's been written a couple of generations ago. And you've seen copies of this before. They're just quite rare because there wasn't a massive print run of these things. Mm-hmm. But they're treasured little possessions amongst local herbalists.
Yeah.
And that sort of thing. It's mundane in that it isn't magical, but possession of it will give you proficiency in the nature skill if you don't already have that.
Oh, yeah.
And also, inside the dust jacket,
yes.
a little note slips out.
Oh, okay.
And that note is just a little folded piece of paper that when you open it, there's another sort of poof of sparkly misty
it
step.
Smells like her too.
Another sort of illusory butterfly manifests and then floats around for a second and vanishes. And it is simply an invitation to the Grand Hall of the Druid's Temple for this very evening to simply meet Lady Lucy to watch the sunset.
Wow, okay. Chicken? This is definitely, this isn't an if, this is a date. This definitely isn't work stuff.
Of course. I had a question. You also have a chicken.
Yeah.
What do you call that guy?
That's Rooster.
Okay. And the rooster's name?
I don't know. He doesn't speak much, so...
Fair.
I don't know. He hasn't named himself yet. There's time. He hasn't...
We'll narrow that down.
Yeah.
You have a date this evening.
Yeah.
You have an aunt to check in on. And you have a sassy New York bird, because improvising is like that sometimes.
Yeah. I actually feel a bit of anxiety that we have a lot to do today, because I have no idea what I'm going to wear today, chicken. And we need to check on my aunt, because I actually do care about my family. Mm-hmm. So...
what is the name of the aunt?
Adelaide.
Adelaide.
Yeah.
She's named for the Australian city.
After Lady Adelaide Stitch from Nanny McPhee.
That makes a lot more sense. Yeah. Nanny McPhee.
I love
reference.
me some Nanny McPhee. Nothing's been the same since Angela Lansbury died. Nothing.
No. You've established, along with you and Chicken, that you have a date this evening. You have an aunt to check on. You probably have an outfit to plan.
Yes.
You set off across the little rickety bridge, because your house is on the edge of town. You hop over the bridge, say good morning to a couple of fish, and we find yourself trotting through the deeper woods towards your aunt's cottage. Mm-hmm. And it's like a 40-minute casual amble as you're stopping occasionally to check in with a few animals. You resolve a dispute between a stoat and a weasel.
Yeah.
Who are debating over who owns a particular acorn based on where it fell.
Yeah. And it was strange of them to be debating over acorns when, really, that's a squirrel's game.
Yeah.
Anyway, they're really being immature right now.
Yeah.
And we just don't have time for it. No one gets it. If we can't play nicely, it's about balance.
Please add an acorn to your character sheet.
I already have plans for that acorn.
What a sentence. You go.
Yes.
And you arrive at your aunt's house, Aunt Adelaide's place. And it's normally well kept.
Yeah.
It's just a little single-storey cottage. Notably, as you approach, you realise there's no smoke coming out of the chimney, and usually she likes to keep at least a little fire going for teas. Nothing weird about that. It is warm. You approach the cottage and realise the front door is left on the latch. And as you test it with your hand, it just swings open.
Okay. Right, we've got a little, what's it called, Little Red Riding Hood situation going on here. I'm feeling a bit iffy about this.
Chicken, who I imagine at this point is perked on your shoulder. Is like,
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like these vibes. You want I should fly in, scout it out, see if there's a wolf? Would you like to make a perception check
Yes, please.
to see if there's any immediate danger?
Yeah.
In which case, please roll a d20.
I get to roll my first
It's
dice.
rolling time.
Okay. Oh.
8. But you are adding...
+5. So I've got an 8 plus 5, so 13.
Okay. So you have a quick scan of the property from where you are in the doorway. It's not massive. There's a sort of living room, kitchen situation, bookshelves, a lovely dry stone sort of hearth. It's been pieced together years and years ago. There's no right angles left in this cottage. You know the kind of place I mean. It's old and very, very lived in and very homely. Bunches of dried herbs tied up everywhere.
Yeah.
The kitchen is clean and tidy, but doesn't look like it's been used for a day or two. You can see into the bedroom that's off of the main living space. That door is open and ajar. And you can see there's a made bed, but conspicuously no wolf in it trying to kid on they're a human.
Well, that's... we can count our blessings, at least.
What you do spot is there is a table, a little dining table by the big window at the back of the house that overlooks the garden. And on that table is a book, quite a large tome. You can't tell what the book is from where you are.
Okay.
Cinematically, it's framed in front of a big hobbity window.
Yeah.
And backlit.
Okay, wonderful. Is the book giving, wow, good vibes? Or is it giving, oh, we might have to go on a scary adventure now vibes?
Making a vibe check for your bird.
Thank you.
That seems fine.
Okay.
Why worry yourself?
It's all good.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to shout for Adelaide, even though I don't see her.
Yep.
Despite being very elderly, I think she's got pretty good hearing, so I'm going to shout to see if she's all right.
No. As you shout, you hear a tiny little noise coming from the kitchen.
Oh.
And you look down, and there are 3 mice on the floor who just kind of frozen. They realise you've seen them, and they're just moving a piece of cheese across the floor. And they look at you, and there's a beat where you look at them, they look back at you, and then they drop the cheese and just scatter.
Just quick, I'm going to use my speak to animals, and I just want to say to them, look, I'll overlook the cheese thievery if, after I've looked at this book, you need to tell me what you've seen.
All right. 2 of the mice just bail, and 1 mouse who you get more responsible vibe from is like, all right, well, I'll tell you, well, all right, that's a fair deal. Right, and you, as long as you have not seen me... You look at the book and I'll tell you all the stuff I know about it.
Okay.
If you give me a minute, I'll try and get up on the table so there's less of an overt status dynamic in the hide.
Okay, thank you, sir. Then I'm going to go and look at this book. I'm going to investigate this book here.
Okay. It's resting face down on the table, so you grab the book, turn it over, and see the cover in embossed gold lettering in a somewhat respectable font. I'm going to say Montserrat.
Okay, lovely.
That's
Not
right, font
Calibri.
fans. Tick that off of your font bingo if you're playing along at home. The book title is Ripley Ramsey and the Sky Islands, which you remember as a favourite childhood book of yours that your aunt used to read to you when you were a kid. There's a bookmark in the middle of the book. What word am I trying to... There's a bookmark in the book. I'm looking for a word that doesn't exist. There's a bookmark in the book.
Right, okay.
With like a proper one.
Yeah.
The little tassel on the top for easy management. It's not like she's folded up a bit of a receipt.
Yeah.
No judgment to the receipt, folks. You're better than the page corner folders.
Okay.
I don't respect you if you fold the corner of a book page. I understand necessity, but it just plan ahead.
Don't do that. I'm going to open the book to the bookmarked page because I'm starting to think maybe Aunt Adelaide is playing a little laughy jokey. Are we about to go on a scavenger hunt, which I do not have time for right now because I've got a hot date later with my Lady Lucy.
You flip the book open. Text on the pages starts to swim and move around in a spiral. You realise that then the space around you is doing the same thing. Suddenly everything's getting much brighter and going almost completely white as this pure light is bursting through the windows. Everything's being turned up to 100 and everything goes too bright to see. There's a rush of wind.
Okay.
And you find yourself falling into the book.
I don't have time for this.
As you say, the last thing the mouse hears as you are swallowed up by this book is like, oh, come on! You find yourself lying on a patch of grass.
Crikey,
which is
O'Reilly.
Curiously blue in tint.
Blue grass.
Yes, blue grass,
Right,
soft,
yeah.
and has a much more floral scent than normal. And you look around, you are just on the outskirts of a little town, but this one is wildly different to Hartleford. The buildings are taller. Where moss might appear on the buildings of Hartleford, here the buildings are caked in little clouds that have built up over time.
Wow, fancy.
There is no Druid temple here. It's just a series of alabaster buildings with sort of glorious sky blue tiles on the roofs, existing in little sort of miniature towers dotted around this space. And you stand up, dust yourself off, look around, and you realise that the land simply stops a couple of feet away from the edge of this town where you are. Just an endless blue sky with a couple of little patches of green and areas of clouds, and beneath you, and then you look up, and the same is above you. You are on one of the sky islands from your childhood book.
And it would be reasonable to surmise that Aunt Adelaide has somehow fallen into this magical book, and I should probably find her because we probably need to get back. I am going to start looking around, I suppose. I should head towards the town because I feel like that's what she would also do. She would probably go.
Towns.
She loves towns. She would go in search of cake immediately if she got to a cloud-covered town. Makes sense.
So yeah, you turn towards the town and make your way. I'm going to just roll,
Yes.
evens or odd, to see if Chicken made it in.
Okay.
Or if he's freaking out in a house somewhere.
Yeah.
Odds. Oh no, we cut back to your aunt's house and Chicken is just like, okay, I checked the... Penelope? Hey! Hey, Mouse! What gives? It's like, there's a whole law and order interrogation between him and this mouse. Whatever, you're making your way through this tall bluegrass towards the town. You can see it's busy. There's a selection of folk here. Everyone's wearing sort of pastel-coloured clothing.
They're these sorts of people.
Lots of relaxed purples and blues and so on. There's a real distinct colour palette. The costume designers had a clear brief for this town.
Yeah.
But you wander in, and you can see a big sign up the street you're walking down. There's a sign advertising a bakery. All the cakes there are basically little sort of fluffy clouds.
Oh, gorgeous.
Of sugar and pastry and various things.
Lovely.
Everything looks great.
True pastry.
Looking in the window of the bakery as well, with just the joy of observing cakes being put out. A little girl who you recognise as you from your childhood.
Right.
Her hands against the window, looking in at the cakes. She looks up at you and does a sort of double take, but doesn't necessarily realise, hey, you're me from the future.
Yeah. And that's really dumb of her because I don't think there's that many grey-skinned Ganeses walking around, in my opinion, but it's fine. I think this is my preamble before I have the shock of seeing my younger self, if you don't mind. I think probably as I'm walking through this town and seeing how airy-fairy everyone's looking, considering that no one really likes me in my own town, I'm already thinking maybe I should, fluff myself up a little bit to probably not offend anyone.
Well, you're in an air area? There's no better way of saying that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Would you do me a favour then? Would you make me just a flat charisma check with your robust -1? That's a 9.
Yes.
On the
So
die.
an 8.
Oh, do you remember the opening sequence of Beauty and the Beast where Belle just sings offensive things about the people around her? There goes the baker, he's an arsehole.
Yeah, that's me. Look at these clothes. air people. Useless. Look at them just slowly ambling around as if they don't have anything to do. Having seen myself in there, clearly I don't remember how this story goes, maybe. I don't remember the book that I'm in, how it goes. So I probably need to ask me from the past or the future or whoever this is, what's going on? So I may go into this bakery to speak to her, I think.
Entirely reasonable. Quick aside from the show. One of your shticks is you play your younger self.
I do indeed.
Do you want to voice your younger self as well if I give you a couple of little prompts?
Yes,
and then
please.
we'll work with that.
Yeah.
Because I think me doing it is mad.
I think I've got this, yeah.
Because my younger self had this accent. So,
Okay, yeah.
you wander up, stand next to your younger self, both of you looking in the bakery. You look down at younger self. She looks up at you.
Hi.
And I would... Hello.
So, I was thinking that maybe you could help me out, please, because basically, so my name is Ripley, nice to meet you. I mean, you kind of look like me, which is kind of weird, but anyway, I need some help. I'm just trying to get to that sorceress, you know, the one on the highest sky island. I was just wondering if you could help me with that.
This child is very talkative and I'm not about it. I actually have a quest of my own, a small one. Would you be able to help me with my quest if I help you with yours? But we're going to do mine first, if that's all right.
How do I know that you're actually going to help me with mine after if we do yours first?
I suppose you don't.
Would you like to make a persuasion check to convince yourself
that's what.
that you're legit?
Yeah.
I'll give you advantage on this. It's you.
Okay, yeah.
So you get to roll twice and keep the best one.
Okay.
And you would be adding...
Okay, so I've got 10.
That's a 10.
-1.
And that's a 2. Okay. Your younger self remains suspicious of you. And I think we'll continue that as a theme.
Okay, fine. I'll help you, but don't you do anything suspicious, because I'm watching.
So the two of you strike a tentative accord and do a very performative pantomime of a handshake
Okay.
in front of the bakery.
Yes.
At which point, Baker pops out and is like, good morning, I'm... How can I interest either of you in a free sample and maybe information about the local area? I got 2 skills.
No, it's great. Yes, sir. I'm trying to be charismatic, but it's just coming off strange. I was wondering if you had seen a elderly lady this morning.
Oh, loads.
Yeah, well, I'm looking for a particular one, a specific
I'm sorry, I
old
jumped
lady.
the gun.
If you could let me finish, that would be great.
My apologies.
Her name is Adelaide. I don't know if she would have said that when she was in here, but she has kind of coiffed grey hair, a nice pink old lady dress. Is giving Mrs. Doubtfire a little bit. She's...
I can say with confidence this morning in the woods to the south of town, I saw a flash of pink.
You did?
In the woods.
She is quite quick, so that would make sense. How long ago was that?
I don't know, 2 hours, 3 hours. I'm a baker. I was up early.
Okay, fair enough. In the meantime, me from the past is trying to reach the free samples and she's accidentally toppled the tray and it's fallen all over her.
Excuse me, could I have a tissue, please?
Oh, no, you have knocked the free samples upon yourself.
Well, they were free, so...
Oh, no, I've accounted for this kind of thing. It's within my... Would you like to see my business plan?
Maybe tomorrow.
Okay. It's a 4-year plan. It's very good.
I'm sure it is if you're giving out free samples willy-nilly. You've got this place down.
You have a towel.
Thank you so much,
You're
sir.
welcome.
Yeah, she's very polite. I feel like younger me is charismatic. Can I do a...
Yeah.
Shall I see what
I have,
she...
I have in my mind what her stats are, so yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
You can add 3 to that.
Okay, right, okay, wonderful. Yeah, me from the past is charismatic, so people actually like her.
Yeah, so it's a 19. The baker's like, but of course, do not worry yourself about the free samples. Here, have this cookie, which is shaped like a dog.
That's my favourite. Oh, thank you so much.
Okay, that's great. Thank you so much, sir. We're gonna go.
Oh, I was hoping maybe you want to buy one of my goods.
I don't have any money.
Oh, no.
I really enjoyed the free samples, though, and I will give you a great review on TripAdvisor.
Griff advisor.
Yeah.
It's a blackboard on a griffin.
Yeah. Me from the past is just filling that out because she doesn't really lie. She's quite honest girl.
Right now, tier list, top 5 dames.
Damn. Obviously, my number 1 is Dame Maggie Smith. Always will be, always has been. Next, Angela Lansbury is Julie Andrews. I don't think she's third, but she's in my top 5. Yeah. I actually am coming in with a rogue one, and I'm going to say Julie Walters, even though she's not in I think a lot of people just go for the Helen Mirrens and the Judi Denches of the world, and I'm not.
Is the Dench not in your top 5?
She isn't.
Can I add a little piece of information about this? Mm-hmm. Allegedly. Mm-hmm. I can't confirm this. She plays D&D. And because Vin Diesel is a D&D fiend.
Is that why she did Riddick?
But during Riddick, during setups, allegedly he ran a game for Carl Urban, Alan Tudyk, and Judi Dench. And Judi Dench has subsequently been playing D&D, running D&D games for her grandkids. Can't confirm that, but I've heard it from 12
I'm
people.
actually friends with her grandson, so I will ask Sam, oh my God, you should get her on the pod.
What, the Dench?
Yeah, get 100%.
The Dench on the pod.
Oh my God!
Get the Dench horn. We must summon Judi Dench.
But yeah, I'm going to put Penelope Walton in because I also think she's massively underrated.
Oh yeah.
It would be Celia Imrie, but she's not a dame, which she should be.
Oh well, there's a follow-up. If you have I can't remember the process of making a dame. You have the syringe full of dame chemical.
Oh, right.
And you've got 3 shots of dame juice. Who do you infect with the title of dame?
Celia Imrie, 100%. Who is not a dame who should absolutely be a dame?
Who do you inoculate against not dameness?
What's her name? Do you know in Calendar Girls, the one that says that she's in but no front bottoms? The one from One Foot in a Grave. She should be. I don't understand how she ain't a dame. I think it's rude that she isn't one because sitcom queen, and also she was my favourite part of Calendar Girls. And also, oh my God, who am I daming? I should just pick someone rogue. Someone absolutely. I know that she's not English, so she but
hey, it's your
Audra McDonald should be a dame.
Oh, that's great. Annette Crosby.
Ah, yes, Annette Crosby. Yeah. There you go. But yeah, so those are my picks. Celia Imrie, Annette Crosby, and Audra McDonald.
We'll get back to the thing in a second. Catherine O'Hara, dame or not dame?
I think, can we have... I'm going to be a British snob here. We need a separate category that is close to damehood. I think there will never be dames like the dames we have had who are, at that point now, like the Judi Denches and the Maggie Smiths and that. I think that pod of dames.
That's a collective noun for dames.
Yeah. You've got a pod of dames. This pod will be unmatched in the history of damedom.
Yeah.
But the new dame, I feel like Catherine O'Hara could be a new wave dame.
Yeah. So, you and your younger self move into the woods south of town. Again, everything here has the trees are luxurious. It's like walking. It's like a little bit of a cartoon landscape, and then everything's just fluffier. It's very Miyazaki. As you look up and realise again, the trees have a blue tint to them, and rather than clusters of leaves, there are little clusters of cloud on them. Birds fly through them with a little poof of smoke. Well, cloud in this case.
Yeah.
As you're looking around, you're looking for any sign of your aunt. What you spot in a tree, looking down at you, is a, not large like a lion, but a large house cat-sized purple cat. And you remember this guy, he's from the book. His name is Patrick Prelude. He gives advice to the lead character and helps them on their way.
Right.
And he's sort of regarding the two of you idly while filing his, the claws, I should say, on his paw with a little nail file.
I say, you, down there? What brings you here to my domain?
Hello.
Buenos tardes.
I'm actually looking for my aunt. Have you seen her?
Hard to know.
Yeah, you actually have to tell him who your aunt is. Not everyone knows who your aunt is.
Checkmate. Point to the little one.
She's an elderly woman with coiffed hair. She's wearing pink, and she's gone missing this morning. I'm looking for her.
Coiffed, you say? Coiffed. Well, I can't say I've seen anybody fitting that description, and only partially because, well, I'm not familiar with the word coiffed.
It's like, how would you explain coiffed?
Well, it's kind of like she's put some hairspray in, it's got a bit of volume, it's not slick back. It's not the slick back look. It's just, kind of regal looking.
Oh, like some sort of business poofy?
Yes, exactly. It's business poofy.
I'm afraid I've seen nobody matching that description, but maybe... there are so many sky islands. Maybe you could check out one of the others.
I feel like Chenelope's feeling a bit defeated. Do I trust him? Do I trust that he's...
Yeah, certainly in the book, the character that this would represent is very much an ally. There's no duplicity to him in the book.
Have you seen anything else suspicious today?
Not so much suspicious. I've just been here chilling in the trees, seeing to my pedicure.
It looks very good.
Oh, thank you. What about you, little one? What do you need? Maybe I can help with that.
Well, I'm just looking for that sorceress on the highest sky island.
Ah, now you see, that is the sort of thing I can help with. I happen to have in my possession. And by possession, I mean mind, because it's thoughts, memories, if you will. The recipe of a potion that can transform a person into a griffin.
That's very cool. Could we have that?
Well, I can give you the recipe. If you bring the ingredients back here, I gladly make it for you in my portable laboratory.
Oh my gosh, okay, snap. So we have to go and get those ingredients quick sticks.
I can give you the list right now. Toot sweets.
Okay, thank you.
And Chenelope is very perturbed by this because this is less time that we have to find her aunt, and low-key she is still thinking about her date.
The ingredients you require are as follows. The scale of a kelpie.
Kelpie scales.
Honey from a beehive, taken from the queen with consent.
Mm-hmm.
And a scrap of cloth from the fiercest warrior in all of the sky.
Scrap of sky warrior. Cloth.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And also a cat treat.
Dreamies.
Full disclosure, that's just for me.
Okay.
There's
This podcast is not sponsored by Dreamies.
Yeah, there are other cat treats are available.
Right. Thank you so much. We better get going.
I'll come with you because I'm having a fun time.
Okay, wonderful. So we have a series of locations that we need to go to.
Mm-hmm.
I think that we should probably go to the Kelpie first. Could you point us in the general direction, please, Patrick?
Oh, certainly.
Patrick scurries up your back and sits on your shoulder, and with a very elegantly manicured paw, points.
That away.
You make your way through the woods, through a variety of different flora and fauna, some of which that's new and exciting, and you pick up a couple of little samples on the way because you can't help yourself. That's very much your vibe. You emerge from the forest's edge and see there's a little bit of a hill that descends down to a lake.
Oh, water. Oh, okay. Not my thing. I'll happily observe a fair distance away from you and the water.
Notably, on the lake, which you don't remember from the book, there is a hut. There's a little smoke wisping out of a small tin chimney.
Yeah.
And next to that hut, in the lake itself, there is a pen.
Right, okay. What have I got? Well, I suppose we should check the hut. We should see if anyone's in. Let's go and knock then.
Sure thing. You, your younger self, and the magical cat approach the hut and knock thrice on the door. You hear a chair scraping back and heavy footsteps approaching the door. The door is flung open. There's a huge, gruff, older bloke with a huge, untidy beard. Like, "Aye, what do you want?"
Hello, sir. And then just as she's about to get started, me from the past cuts in because she's like,
Let me handle this. Excuse me, mister. I was wondering if we could talk to that kelpie in the lake.
That kelpie is mine. I trapped it fair and square, and I'll sell it at my own time. So you leave that kelpie alone.
okay, well, at that, instantly, Chenelope Hollythorn is bristling. So before she can get angry and try and fight this man, Ripley is going to step in again.
Wow, that was so impressive of you. How did you manage to do that?
Oh, kind of you to say. I set a trap with a selection of different treats over time and worked out what they were most attracted to. And then I built a pen, you can see just there to your right and my left. Wow. And then I enticed the kelpie in by making a delicious set of pancakes.
Wow, I love pancakes. It's
Who doesn't
my
it?
favourite.
Should have
Exactly.
started with them. I wasted a lot of time with beef.
Okay, well, thank you so much for your help. We're just going to be here admiring the lake, if you don't mind.
Make a deception check for your child self.
Okay.
Writing 5 to that for your kid self.
Okay, so that is what, 6 or is that a 9?
That's a 9.
Okay, so 14.
Yes, I have not that. I'll be keeping my eye out for the likes of yous. Then you go messing with that kelpie. But then he slams the door.
Okay, wonderful. So we wander over towards the lake and we're looking out. Do we happen to have any pancake ingredients? We don't have any pancake ingredients, but I can talk to animals. So I could speak to some fish in the lake to ask them if they could see the clasp of the kelpie's enclosure, or to find out more about the enclosure of this kelpie.
You can't speak with animals, burning one of your level 1 spell slots, and lean down towards the lake, the surface of the lake. And what that noise again, please?
I'm using sonar to speak to the fish.
Yes. And a fish pops its head out of the surface of the water, a freshwater fish, and I know loads.
A little
Saltwater.
salmon.
A salmon
they're
and freshwater.
both, yeah.
A salmon, a lake salmon, pokes its head out of the water. You're right there, what's up?
Hello, kind salmon. I was wondering if you knew anything about the enclosure of that kelpie that's trapped in the lake.
Oh, the jail.
Is there a way to open the jail? Do you have to go in the lake, or is there a lever or something?
Give me a perception check, but at the -1 that your adult character has.
12.
It's like, well, look, if you want, if you can help me out with a little snack or something, I could always try and have a nibble at some of the connecting ropes and stuff and see if I can make a little opening down at the bottom.
Oh, that would be very kind of you. How do you feel about bakery-free samples? We've got some profiteroles here, like some essence of profiterole. We've got a nice quarter of a pan au chocolat. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, go on, give us a go on that.
Okay.
Here you go.
You tear up some pastry into smaller fish-sized chunks.
I'm flaking the buttery pastry of that very brilliant bakery man's pan au chocolat into the water.
The fish greedily devours one bit and is like, what the? Oh my god, this is amazing! And then there's like a little solo fish feeding frenzy.
And you know what else? I've got a few more, so maybe if you tell some more of your friends about it, you could all chew up the enclosure for the kelpie and we could give you some more buttery biscuit base.
Sold! You just hear the fish go, lads, you're not going to believe this! And then you just see like a swarm of salmon, like a massive shadow, like a shark beneath the water. They've schooled together in the shape of a bigger fish. They ram the side of this enclosure, smash this wooden jail to bits. As you see surfacing, you see a really sullen-looking seahorse sort of rise to the surface, look around, and joy appear on its face, and just sort of dart out of this cage for a moment and sort of scoot through the water elegantly, as if there is no water resistance at all, across to where you are, bows its head in front of you, allowing you to do the thing people do in the films where they put one of their hands on the horse's muzzle and then rub the top of its nose.
And this is a really big moment for Penelope. She's really feeling this, like she's proud of herself.
It's rubbing its nose against the palm of your hand.
Yeah.
And you realise it's dislodging one of its scales. And allowing you to have that.
Okay.
And then as that happens, the door to this little shack bursts open like, what the hell's what's going on with it? Why all these salmon here? What's happened to my kelpie? What are you doing? And he wades into the water to get to you, and all the salmon turn on him and just drag him beneath the waves. Like, this is too, there's no teeth! There's no stakes to this! What's happening? They're not the least dangerous fish in the world.
He's getting fish slapped and he deserves it.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say thank you so much to the kelpie.
Yeah.
They're not necessarily lone animals, so there's no way that they should be in a cage at all.
Yeah. Well, even as you say that, you can see a couple of other kelpies. They're ranging back, and this kelpie, overjoyed, gives you a look and then scoots through the water back to their
beautiful.
Their family or their friends or their chess club. You don't know the dynamic.
Yeah, exactly.
And they make their way out of the lake down a tributary. I think that's the thing that comes off lakes. Which is a nice opportunity for us to have a little chat about you volunteer doing horse care, I think. Is that the term? Is that what we call it?
Yeah.
What drew you to the horse? Which I almost called nature's car.
Well, yeah, definitely an opinionated car. I've got one at home. Her name is Summer. My mum got me into horses because we moved to southeast London from a more rural area, and she didn't want me getting involved in drugs, boys or gangs.
And the opposite of those is a horse.
Yeah, our horses. It really didn't work out for her that well. I suppose it is better than me being into drugs or gangs or boys, but I was gay, so I subsequently realised that boys are not my interest.
Yeah.
So she did send me to a place with a lot of attractive girls in jodhpurs, so that was great for me. A wonderful learning experience. They're really good for mental health. They're just such a calming and grounding presence to be around, and I think anyone who's spent time with horses, even the naughty ones, even if it's a Shetland.
Are you telling me? I don't know anything about horses other than, to my mind, they're too big. They weird me out.
Yeah.
Are Shetlands a consistently naughty breed?
They are the chihuahua of the horse world. I remember I learnt this from, I'm not going to say it's from my degree. I'm not going to say it's not true. But when it comes to horses, we breed for different sizes and whatnot. But the brain of a horse, generally, regardless of size, is the same size.
Right.
So when you've got a little pony packed with the same amount of brain as a big horse, they're just dastardly little devils. They're hilariously funny.
There's an extrapolatable theory from there, which is the smaller the size of the creature relative to its brain, the more evil it is.
Yeah, a little bit of pinky in the brain type situation. And my rule of thumb is I would rather be around a naughty horse than a naughty pony, just because the naughty pony, they're so much cleverer. I've seen some absolutely remarkable things out of a naughty pony.
What is the cleverest thing you've seen a pony do?
We used to have a pony called Pickles at a yard that I worked
Great
at.
pony name.
Yeah, Pickles. She was absolutely gorgeous. She wasn't a little pony, but she was a little Irish pony. Right. And several times we turned up in the morning, and this was a yard of 50 horses, and we'd turn up in the morning and all the horses were loose, every single one. And we were like, who keeps breaking in and doing this? It's because Pickles had worked out, if Pickles had a kick bolt, so she had a normal bolt at the top and a kick bolt at the bottom. Yeah. And on the days when the stable staff had forgotten to do her kick bolt, she had learnt to open her stable door, use her lip to open the buckle, and then she would just go around and let every single horse out that she could let out. So we put out cameras and we just watched Pickles go from stable to stable to stable to let them all out. Unfortunately, she couldn't open the gate to the field, so they were all just stuck on the yard. But it was fine because she had worked out how to open the gate to the feed room, so they were getting in there.
That's amazing.
Yeah, they are incredible, incredible creatures. I used to work in animal-assisted therapy for children with autism and just general mental health, foster children as well. And as a scientific mind, I'm not really airy-fairy. I'm not really like psychic and all of that. But there is more to this than just people see what they want to see through therapy.
You mentioned real quick that the horses are good for mental health.
Yes.
What would you attribute that to? Is it the act of caring for another animal? Is it...
I think it's a combination of things. Horses, because obviously they can't talk as much as I wish sometimes that they could, they're so perceptive to body language. So if you're tense and you're worried about something that's happening not here, if you're worried about bills, if you're worried about that, a horse can tell that. And a horse won't want to spend time with you because they don't want to spend time with people who are not present in the moment, because that herd mentality, they have to be present in the moment all the time because a lion might be round the corner. Right. A horse is never thinking about what's just happened or what's going to happen. It's thinking about what's happening now. And because they're perceptive to tension in your body language, how you move, and their eyes are on the side of their head, which is really good for when working with children with autism, because eye contact, that a horse, you perceive it as looking at you when it's facing you, but really horses have sideways vision. The way that we used to do it was you would go, and if you felt an affinity for any of the horses in the paddock that day, that's the one that you would work with, and you would bring it in. And sometimes you'd bring the horse in and it doesn't want to be around you, and you really have to reflect on why is that it doesn't want me to groom him today, he doesn't want to do any of those things. And 9 times out of 10, when you sit there and you think about those things and you kind of unpack that, then when you go in with the horse, it will come over and it will let you groom it because you've released some of that.
I find it really interesting, the idea that an animal has evolved to be naturally mindful.
Yeah.
Which is prey species would.
Yeah, exactly.
I'd have to. Yeah, I hadn't considered that before. That's amazing. Okay, so You, following the directions of Patrick,
Yes.
arrive at the edge of this island, and you can see long vines stretching out from beneath this island, coming out of the side of it into the distant sky, attached to a couple of other islands floating past. Suggesting that if there was a big storm, there'd be a hell of a tangle. But that hasn't happened yet.
Okay.
And so Patrick points down at one of the vines and went,
That one, I believe. The one with all the bees flying around it.
Uh-huh.
That's how we can tell where they are. We just need to trot down that vine and we'll be on Bee Island. I feel like I'm using the word bee too much.
Great. Well, that doesn't seem the safest thing that we could possibly do.
the vines are they're pretty big. They're like about 10 foot across.
Okay, that makes
it's
me
not,
feel a little bit better about it.
Yeah. It's not ideal.
Yeah. But having done the risk assessment,
Young me is like, what are you waiting for? Risk assessments? That's boring, okay? Let's go.
she's bouncing
running down
in the
vine.
middle of the
Yeah,
thing. Come on,
blindly
guys.
ignoring the safety rope.
Yeah, exactly. Right, so we're heading across this bridge then.
You make your way across, and right now there's no need to roll. There's no real threat to you falling off at this point. And you arrive at the next island. There's a little bit of an uphill tilt at the end. And you crest the curve of the vine onto another island. Young you, I suspect, is impatiently looking around for the queen. You are surrounded by sort of a sea, if you will. I'm so stuttery. I've gone all Hugh Grant. You are surrounded by an array of beehives.
Yes.
An absolute ton of bees, all moving around back and forth, getting about the business of pollen, going to a lot of other islands, sourcing their flowers and whatnot. One of the beehives is conspicuously bigger and more grand than the other, and to your eyes, like, yeah, that's a palace beehive. There's wings to it, you know.
Stunning.
Yeah,
Gorgeous.
buzzing and palace. And 4 tiny little guard bees.
Yes.
They're normal-sized bees.
Yes.
Across tiny little spears in front of a tiny door.
Okay.
As if there was a possibility of
That's
any
where
of you
I
going
enter.
in. And you just hear a tiny voice in unison for like, which is Buzzy. Halt! Who goes there?
Hello, bee guards. We have travelled far and wide to seek an audience with your gracious queen.
Cool, come on in.
Oh, thanks.
And they open a door about an inch wide.
See, the thing is, I'm not sure we're going to fit in there.
The queen maybe could come and see you.
Okay, wonderful. That would be amazing if we could speak to your queen outside.
Sure, if you look up on the palace, you'll find a balcony. Put your face near it.
Okay, will do. Thank you. Me from the past has also run over, by the way.
Yeah,
She's run over.
One of the guards buzzes inside, and after a couple of seconds, a slightly larger bee, wearing an obviously like a proper crown, and flowing regal robes, emerges onto the balcony. She has a tiny mint julep in one leg. Looks up at you with your enormous faces as you peer down. Gives a curt bow.
We give a bigger bow because, wow, it's our absolute honour and privilege to have your audience today, Your Majesty.
Oh, yes. Well, welcome to Bee Island. If that is indeed where you are, and it is, because I know where I am.
Thank you so much, Your Majesty. That's when me from the past skips in and...
Oh my goodness! That is the most fanciest crown I've ever seen. That's amazing.
Oh, thank you. It's been in my hive for generations, he says, realising he's doing more Ellen coming. But, and what brings you, giants of industry, to our island?
Your great business. I was wondering, we are on a specific quest to find this tall lady's great aunt who has gone missing. We need a few things so we can make a potion, and we was wondering if you could maybe help us with one of the ingredients.
Well, perhaps you could help me with a small matter of complication. You see, I can't discuss this with the rest of the drones.
Oh, yeah, of
But
course.
you seem like the ladies of the world. I have been corresponding with a prince from a faraway hive by the name of Trevor. If you can imagine such an exotic name. And yet we have never met. I've so many letters from him. I will happily grant you access to the royal honey, if only you would bring my suitor here, so I can finally meet him.
Of course, Your Majesty. We will do that imminently. Which direction is his hive?
Many miles away. But bee miles!
Okay.
Which are the same as human miles. And she gestures, many miles away, in several islands that way.
Okay. Several islands. Okay. Yeah, I won't show my discomfort and sadness in front of the Queen. Yes, Your Majesty, we accept the task.
Very well. Good luck on your quest. Your time starts now.
Timed?
Yes.
Okay, right.
And she produces a little iPad and hits, and red numbers start counting up.
Right, okay.
The Queen likes Taskmaster.
What's the best way to get somewhere quick? I don't want to use up all my spells. Are we going to have a sleep soon?
Well, would you make a perception check? One for you, one for your younger self.
Okay.
Nat 1! You're not spotting anything.
Okay.
Not an 18.
Yes.
Oh, right, and younger self is plus 1 for that, so 19.
Okay.
So as you're getting to the island, you're looking off, wondering which of the vines to take, because there's not really signage, and all of them are covered in bees, which is unhelpful. Your younger self starts pulling at your druid's gown.
Oi!
Because what she spotted is a lone bee muttering back and forth with a little notepad, scribbling things in a letter and then throwing them away and muttering to himself at the edge of the island.
Hey, I think that maybe we should go and see what he's doing.
Why do we need to do that?
Because I think that might be a clue.
That's when Penelope goes over to the bee. Excuse me, Mr. Bee.
Oh, hello.
You wouldn't happen to know of a Trevor, would you?
Oh, yeah, yeah, that's me.
It's you!
Yeah. Wait, how do you know about me?
Well, we've been sent on a quest by the Queen to collect you, but I'm thinking that maybe this is a catfish situation.
Yeah, kind of. I might have strongly implied that I'm a prince, but I'm not. I've got some of his albums.
Well, we've met the Queen, and she seems like a very kind and accepting sort of a lady. So maybe if you just come clean when we take you to her, you can have like an Aladdin situation, if you've ever seen that.
Of course, all bees have watched Aladdin. It's part of our education.
I'm sure it, because the genie does turn into a bee at one sort, so it's nice that you had some representation in that movie.
Well, I liked it more than the bee movie that Seinfeld did.
Yeah, the bee movie was a very strange movie.
Look, I just don't know that I have the confidence to admit to the Queen I've been misleading her this whole time. I'm also Geordie now.
Trevor.
I've been writing as not a Geordie, but this is my real voice.
Trevor, is there anything we can do to, like, give you some confidence? Could we maybe come up with some lines that you could use on the Queen?
I would love that.
Okay.
Why don't you pitch me one each?
I wouldn't listen to her. She's horribly not charismatic, so whatever she comes up with is not going to be good.
Which does not fill Penelope with confidence for her date later.
Well, how about this? Whatever the tall one says, I'll say the opposite of. And
Okay.
whatever the little one says, I'll say verbatim.
Okay.
Can we get a persuasion check for
Okay.
young Penelope?
Okay. 17.
Plus 3,
Okay, so 20.
20. So
For young Penelope.
This is gold.
Your Majesty, I am so sorry that I lied to you. But I just knew I needed Riz. I just knew I needed unmatched Riz to talk to you because you're so beautiful, so spectacular. You would never see a worker bee like me. But if you give me a chance to prove myself worthy, I know I'll spend the rest of my bee life making you happy.
Penelope.
Oh, that's great. He's writing that down in his little bee notebook. And then can I get another persuasion check for adults?
Yeah.
Penelope.
That's an 8.
8, which we knock one off, it's a 7.
That's a 7. I didn't mean to catfish you, but I thought you might be snobby about me being a commoner. Give me a shot.
Right, he says, and we'll just not say that. All right, new friends, to Buzzingham Palace.
Right, okay, so we're jogging back. I've got a bee on one shoulder, a cat on the other, and little Ripley is running behind.
Every encounter you get, a new animal latches onto you, like you're a bus. So sure enough, the little guards cross their little spears, and you're like, well, just go to the balcony.
Yeah. We're going to go... well, it's a bit presumptuous to go straight to her bedroom, especially with the catfishing situation. So we wish Trevor the best of luck and send him on his way to see the Queen. And then we're going to stand just outside the balcony to try and overhear what they're saying inside.
So you hear Trevor fumbling with his notes.
Yeah.
And then you hear him dropping papers, and you're like, uh-oh.
You can do it, Trev!
I've got this. My love, it is me, Trevor. But I have to admit to you, I am not a prince. But I lack the riz of the royals. But I knew that if I could truly stop catfishing you, that I would be able to be with you for the rest of my bee life and make you happy.
Nice.
At which point the Queen is like, well, Trevor, I must say, I am surprised you're not a prince, for your use of language has always been very regal. But I must say, it's much more convenient for now. We don't have to involve treaties or anything. We can just get married. Woo-hoo. This is an apolitical situation.
Wow. And little Ripley is like so happy that not only did this work, but she's just genuinely really happy for Trevor. So she's having a little dance party outside. Yeah!
And there is, because the biology of a bee, their lifespan is shorter. Weddings are very brief.
Yeah.
So what also is wedding planning. So you, in the next sort of 10 minutes, you watch a little bee stag do, a little bee hen do happen.
Yeah.
Can I be the flower girl?
Yes, of course. The wedding, which takes place on the balcony, about 3-4 minutes after the hen do, Ripley just throws out regular-sized petals, which are just like
bees.
Just parachutes landing. It's chaos. The couple is wed. And
just imagine it hailing rice on these bees.
And sure enough, a number of bees carry a big jar of royal honey with the royal insignia out of a warehouse door at the back of the palace.
Amazing. Obviously, we're going to bid them farewell. Thank you for inviting us.
Where will your adventures take you next?
We're off to find the greatest sky warrior.
Oh, you'll be off to the dojo, I shouldn't doubt.
Okay, thank you so much, Your Majesty. We wish you a long and healthy rule, and we both bow.
As you both bow,
yes,
the Queen buzzes around your heads and conveys upon you each the title of Dame. A Dame of the Hive.
Oh my gosh, what a buzz.
You may have inspiration. A lovely D&D mechanic, which I've always used to be like, it allows you one reroll.
Oh, okay.
Usable at your discretion. You said, as a kid, you wanted to make Professor McGonagall proud.
Yes.
How big an influence was that as a child?
Oh my gosh. I think, actually... So, Harry Potter has never been my favourite franchise. Maggie Smith has been my favourite actress since I was 6 years old. I picked her from The Secret Garden, it being the very first time that I thought about the quality of acting. Even at that little age, being like, wow, I have been tricked. Perhaps there are things that I don't understand about, it was my first time thinking complex characters, I think, and it was really exciting for me. So that's kind of where I'd read somewhere that if you want to go viral on TikTok, you should take a trend and make it your own. So I was like, oh, I'll do some different impression. And yeah, people were like, your Umbridge and your McGonagall are really good. So it went really well. I think 6 million people have watched a 2.5-hour version of the Harry Potter movies, but it's just me doing impressions and everyone just cussing each other out.
Could that be put on stage?
The thing is, I don't want to make Harry Potter content. I have distanced myself from it, but I am looking into other things that I could make fun of. It's just a shame there's only 2 films with the Scottish Maggie Smith in, and there's not really the same appetite for the prime of Miss Jean Brodie, which is a crying shame.
Not yet.
Yeah, exactly.
We return to our characters, being held aloft by 1 million bees each, as you are flown between 2 islands towards...
Oh, banging!
Yeah, right. Towards a smaller island with a little ring of trees around the outside, and in the centre, a beautiful clear glade with an imposing Victorian-style manor. You are dropped off by the bees, who ask you for 5 stars in your review.
On Griff Advisor.
On Griff Advisor, yes.
Yeah.
You're in front of the door of this imposing manor. Which of you knocked on the door? Is it you or is it your younger self?
My younger self is less fazed by anything, and my older self is still taking in. She's taking in the surrounding.
The door is knocked. You hear footsteps approaching the door. Loud, heavy footsteps. Thud, thud, thud. And the door swings open with a creak. And you are greeted by a dog walking on his hind legs. A sort of anthropomorphic dog person who introduces themselves and says, Greetings! It is I, Lord Doja Grey. Enter my house, you will.
Thank you, Lord Doja. That's very kind of you. I'm gonna pat Patrick on the head just to reassure him, because
Please, hospitality of mine you shall enjoy. Perhaps my gallery of bones you would like to peruse?
That's so kind of you, but
I dug this bone out of the ground.
Oh wow!
And this bone also was dug to the ground from.
That's really nice.
Whereas this bone was in the ground, and then I dug it up.
Okay, yeah, no, I'm good. I don't want any of that, thank you.
That's very, you're very good at digging, aren't you? Very
Yes.
spectacular. Wow.
3 skills I have that I excel in.
What are the other ones?
Well, digging,
Yeah.
smelling,
Yeah.
and I am a great warrior.
Wow! That's amazing. Would you happen to think that you're the best warrior of Sky Island?
For me to say it is not.
Well, would you think that other people might possibly say that of you?
Possible, yes. We must check the reviews on GriffAdvisor.
Okay.
So, does everyone just have these boards?
The whistle can be found in the library. Accompany me, you will.
Library, you say? As Chanellope's ears prick up, might be something good she could get for Lady Lucy to take to her date as a gift back.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we're going to go to the library.
You walk into the library, it is an enormous, comically large space full of books and massive freestanding shelves.
Right, so, little me,
Yeah?
don't touch anything.
Right.
And you see there is a book open on a table. It's a copy of 50 Shades of Greyhound.
Oh. We're not going to check which page he's on, because it's just not worth knowing that.
That's fair. There is a conspicuously large... a book that doesn't fit the rest of the aesthetic.
Yeah.
Or these are all old wizened tomes of the ancients. And
Yeah.
There's one book which is bright red, no wear and tear on it at all, and the name on the side of the spine of the book says, The Secret Door.
Okay, right, well, we're going to walk up to that,
Yeah.
and we're going to creak it,
Yep.
and yes.
Sure enough, the
Yes.
bookcase swings open, revealing a secret passage leading downstairs. You have passed the first test.
This isn't going to go to a red room, is it?
And the second test has been passed. You have successfully ruled out the red room.
Wonderful. Right, okay, so we're going to descend the staircase.
Ah, the third test. The test of stairs. The staircase descends about 2 stories, opens up into a dojo, a little martial training centre with racks with a variety of weapons on the walls, mats at the centre of the floor, and a couple of banners, which are just self-portraits of a dog doing cool martial arts stuff.
I have 2 weapon, whatever it was, in my skill set. I wonder if he'll let me take any of these things just in case I need them later.
Oh, interesting. As you turn around, it's like,
Yeah.
You have passed the 4th test. Asking about stuff.
Okay, yeah.
But now, the 5th test. He's wearing a suit. Just like it's tearaway strip of clothing.
Wow.
And underneath he's wearing a black gi with a red belt.
Okay.
Ready for combat. Wait, red gi with a black belt.
And then little me is just like,
Oh, thank goodness.
The 5th test. You must best me in one-on-one combat.
okay, right. Well, to be fair, I feel like if I win, then you're not the best warrior, I'm the best warrior, and then that's easier to get a scrap of clothes. But if I don't win, then that means I found the right person. So this is a win-win situation for me. As long
If
as
you
don't-
win, I will give you a scrap of my clothing.
Okay.
Wait, no, we have to fight. I promised the other dogs.
Okay.
And as he says that, a bunch of other, normal dogs?
Yeah.
They're not dog people, they're just regular dogs flood in. And there's lots of barking and yapping and stuff. Another dog is wandering around the bleachers selling hot people as snacks. They're just sausages, but they call them hot people.
Okay.
Hot
nice.
humans, get your hot humans!
Right. Is this just a martial arts fight? Could I just
There
ask...
are no rules in the dojo, except, of course, 4. 1, you wipe your feet. 2, pass some of the tests. And 3, no smoking. It's a health and safety violation.
Okay.
I
so-
think he's now Spanish. I forgot he was Yoda.
Yeah, I noticed that in the library. I think that a natural enemy of a dog... Oh, I want to save it for later, or do I want to do it now? I'm going to drop it now. Is a velociraptor.
Sweet Moses! Clever girl.
I'm just tapping my
Claw.
raptor toe. Oh, this might have been a bad shout because actually they're better pack animals and I have to fight alone right now. Ripley is sat at the side. She's cheering her on. Go on!
From somewhere, she's got a little flag with your name on it. She's
Raptor,
also-
Raptor, she's our girl. She can't beat him. That's it, I guess.
Also, somehow she's gotten popcorn. There
Yeah.
is no one selling popcorn here.
Having a great time.
Let's roll for initiative. So you're adding 2 to this roll.
Right, okay.
That's a nat 20. I'm not even going to roll. You get to go first.
Okay.
Velociraptors have a multi-attack. You can attack once with your claws and once with your bite, mouth style.
Well, I don't actually want to mash him up bad, but...
you don't have to kill him.
Yeah.
He is named after your actual dog. You could best him.
Yeah. I am looking to best him as quickly as possible. I don't want to embarrass him in front of his friends, though, so I am going to go for the bite straight up. Okay. Just show him what I've got.
Okay, +4 to hit with a bite. Because you've got a natural 20 on the initiative, you've really got the jump on him. I'm going to give you advantage on this roll. Mm-hmm. So you get to roll twice and keep the best one. Sweet Moses. That's a natural 20 out of the gate. 2 consecutive natural 20s.
Wow.
I wish I could do the maths to work out what the odds were. I know the odds of 1. It's 1 in 20. That's just counting. In-house homebrew rules for critical hits go like this.
Yes.
Ordinarily, you do double damage. I know some people roll 1 dice and just double that. We're going to assume you've maxed out the damage on the first roll.
Right.
So that's 1d6 plus 2. Yeah. That's 8. And then you get to roll another d6 and add 2 to that as you launch forward.
Okay.
Lightning fast.
Oh, yeah.
5. 4. That's another 7 damage. That's 8 plus 7. That's maths. 15. I wish I hadn't said the word maths out loud. At that point, I said so dumb. You have a second attack.
Okay.
With your claws. Don't get advantage on this.
Okay, and I'm just going to give him a little swipe.
That's a nat 1.
Yeah, it's because I've got little arms. Yeah.
Propelling yourself with your incredibly powerful raptor legs. You wrap your jaws around his throat and drag him to the ground, but as you go to try and rake him with your claws, you trip and stumble, and like some incredible WWE moment, it's a reversal. So he's taking the momentum of you biting him on the throat and is flexing his throat muscles.
Wow.
To flip you over his shoulder.
Damn.
And not land a hit on you, but you skid away.
Okay.
Like in a cool anime with dust billowing up behind you.
Yeah.
Ready
and
to
I
pounce
stand
again.
up and I roar.
Your young self joins in with the roar because it's cool.
Wah!
Yes, girl. Go on. Give him hell.
A bunch of dogs also bark, but it's hard to tell what their allegiance is because, dogs. At which point, Doja Grey strikes a kung fu stance and leaps forward. Yes! Striking you for... That could be a lot worse. Bringing in a quick flurry of blows. The first hit hits you on the jaw. That's 5 damage from his bare fists.
Yes.
They're like being hit with little rocks. Ow. The second one, right to the solar plexus of the Velociraptor, which I assume they have.
Yes.
4 damage. And the third one, a wild swing and a miss, which he styles out and raises his hand up high as if he meant to do that. Plays out to the crowd, ends in a sort of Freddie Mercury stance, which make him logically vulnerable to your next attack.
Okay.
What would you like to do?
Can I bite him again?
You can.
Yeah, I'm going to bite him again.
I don't know if you've seen Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
But Velociraptors know your weak spots. It's anywhere on your body.
Yes, I'm going to lunge for his arms because he can't punch me if they're bitten off.
Yeah, you can't punch things if they're in your mouth.
Yes.
That is an 18 plus 4 is 22. That very much hits his armor class. Mm-hmm. That's a 3 plus 2 is 5, so we're up to 20 damage. As you clamp your jaws around his raised fist, leaping over him like a rainbow of lizard, clamping your jaws down and landing down on your feet and pulling him over to one side, I'm going to have you make a contested strength check. Oh no, a 17.
Damn.
You swing him over your head. Yeah. And he lands, planting both of his feet on the ground, and he flexes his forearm, still in your mouth. He grabs you by the tongue.
And
uses his action to fling you over his head, like a horrible series of cartwheels. Never fought before, I see you have. But this fight, over it is not. As you land, the impact shakes you out of Velociraptor form. Yeah. So you are now adult you with a dog's hand in your mouth.
Me by the tongue.
Yes.
This is disgusting.
I'm going to let that be his go.
Right.
As he's done some more damage to you. And again, he really turns to the crowd and just starts milking the cheers. I say cheers, the barks and howls.
Yeah.
It is your turn. Mm-hmm. While your tongue is being restrained, I'm still going to let you cast spells, but you might lisp.
Okay, I'm going to go for a cheeky thunder wave. So...
Oh, I like the idea that it's you just yelling.
Thunder wave!
Oh, like an anime where you just shout the move you're doing?
And I'm waving my arms. Baby me is just watching this with so much confusion.
So he gets to make a wisdom saving throw, and your spell save DC is 14. Okay. You scream, thunder wave!
Thunder wave!
He is buffeted back by this wall of force and, I won't lie, saliva that erupts from your mouth. He loses his grip on your tongue and is fired backwards across the dojo.
Thank goodness.
Please roll for me your damage, as he has failed his save and is catapulted back. Another 5 damage. He lands on his back and is going to try and do a little kip up. But not with that. And for a moment instead, he lands, shocked by the damage, his ears ringing, he's disorientated, and he just for a second, just with one of his lower legs, and again, he's anthropomorphic, just starts scratching himself. A little trickle of blood comes down the side of his mouth, like an action hero in any movie, to represent they've taken some damage, but it's fine.
Yeah.
At which point he looks at you and goes, truly wise in the ways of war you are. Mm-hmm. I yield, for you have bested me with your ways of magic and your incredible biting skills.
That was an incredible fight, Lord Doja. I appreciate the
Truly,
opportunity.
my pants you have earned. And then he just takes off his pants. He's wearing underwear, but...
Thank you for your dog pants.
Welcome you are.
In that case, does that make me the greatest one? I've bested him, so that means it's a scrap of my own cloak that I need.
You make a compelling argument. There's no reason we can't put some of the trousers and some of your cloak in the potion.
Okay, let's go.
As you leave, you just hear Doja Grey and for the next round. And you just hear ba-ba-da-ba.
Also, Ripley, as she's leaving, she does ask if she could have a pair of nunchucks, please.
Yeah, give me a persuasion check for your child self who's asking for a weapon.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a 19 on the die. I think we're adding 5 to persuasion.
Yeah.
It's a 24. Yes. In fact, these nunchucks belonged to your father. They did.
Wow! Oh my gosh.
They're a set of lightsaber
nunchucks.
nunchucks. The most dangerous concept of all there.
Thank you for bestowing these upon an irresponsible child. You are a good man. Dog man.
Man-dog is the correct term.
Thank you so much. Right, okay.
There's a little Grover to this voice now. Realizing. And so you set outside, at which point Patrick's like,
I believe we have all the ingredients for the potion we need. Allow me to just summon my laboratory.
and he coughs up a series of alchemical equipment.
Just a quick segue, because it makes me laugh to get into my Maggie Smith impression. The cat sick noise was very useful to me because she's so and my nan's cat used to make a very human type. So to get into it, when people would ask me how do you do a Maggie Smith impression, I'd be like, with love and respect, you have to start with the cat.
So what we were saying about you learned the impression of the impression, but your impression that you learned was of a cat.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
it's like
amazing.
I learned the cat sick noise first, then you had to learn to Tarzan it, so you had first, and then then you could bring it up and down, and you couldn't. So it was actually really helpful in the creating of my Maggie Smith impression.
Well, this is because we talked a lot about how much you admired Maggie Smith, looked up to Maggie Smith, idolised, if you will. Not I don't want to put words in your mouth, but I have. How does it feel now to be somebody who is looked up to by your followers? Because Maggie Smith, your inspiration, that has led you on this journey to where you are now. But now you have people who look up to you.
It's absolutely bonkers. Really touched and appreciative of it. I vividly remember for International Women's Day, we all had to do a presentation about a woman we admire most, and I did Maggie Smith, obviously. A teacher reached out to me and said that one of the groups had done me as their their woman for International Women's Day, and I was so touched by it. She was like, "Yeah, it was Marie Curie, the Queen, and me."
Wow!
The women that got
picked. Immediately, I want to watch that sitcom.
Yeah, literally, I was creasing, but all I try and do is give people a laugh, and there are plenty of people that it is silly nonsense content, but I think That's so much of what people need. Like, we all need a dose of silly nonsense.
Well, I'm a huge believer. I think being silly is good for you.
Yeah, absolutely. I think there's so much going on, and absolutely we should all be mindful and we should take notice and we should do what we can, but also having that dose of silly nonsense. A spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down. And growing up, for me, that was French and Saunders, Victoria Wood and Catherine Tate. Oh my goodness, my mum had to pay an £800 bill because I downloaded 2 seasons of Catherine Tate on a dongle with limited internet, and she got sent an £800 bill because I downloaded it off iTunes. And I actually met Catherine Tate because we were at the same convention, and I introduced her on stage and I told her about it. And it was so funny to let Catherine Tate know that her and my mum have beef. But just to bring it full circle and back to your question, to be in the rooms with these people now, I watched whatever football final it was with Catherine Tate stood next to me, and we've had full conversations and stuff, and that's incredible and amazing, and I'm so grateful for that.
Meanwhile, we return to Patrick, who's been buffing up lab equipment for some time, but is also set to making this potion.
Now I'll fashion this skill here into an amulet infused with griffin juice. Yeah, it'll turn whoever wears it into a griffin for ages. So maybe that should be me. You guys can just ride me to the sorceress.
That would be sick.
And after a couple of minutes of hubble and bubble,
yes,
indeed toil and maybe trouble, who can say? No judgment. Patrick has created an unguent, if you will.
Yes.
Using the honey and various bits of clothing, combined all of these things in a one of those cool conical flasks from my degree. That's one of the few things I remember from being a biochemist, in which the kelpie scale has been sat absorbing magical energies.
Yes.
He fishes that out of the flask and goes,
I'm thumbless. If somebody could just tie this around my neck, please, and I'll turn into some kind of cool review bird.
Okay, nice. Whoop. I'm popping that on now. I've done the knot.
Okay, and there's a moment of a little glow suffuses Patrick, and with he just turns into a massive griffin.
Wow.
Yes.
That looks great on you, Patrick.
Yes! Part eagle, part horse. Oh, griffin.
Yeah.
And of course, as with all griffins, there are 2 blackboards and a sort of satchel thing either side of him with spaces for reviews.
Yeah.
He's freshly part of Griff Advisor.
Climb upon my back.
Sounding, now I think about it, a direct Aslan quote.
But to be clear, I am not a metaphor for Christ.
I was going to say, fuck that guy, but no, I didn't mean it. Okay. Penelope is going to give little Ripley a boost onto Patrick's back, and I'm going to hop aboard too.
You hop aboard, and true to his word, Patrick flies you and your younger self through the highest island. And he takes an absolute lunatic route around it. He's just having a fun time having wings. He's doing some cricks, there's corkscrews, loop-de-loops. It's chaotic. He lands on the Sorceress's Island and was surprised to see a perfect copy of your aunt's cottage resting on top of the island. Mm-hmm. Upon entering, you see exactly what you saw before, except for the mice and the magpie
cheese
having
heist.
a round. Same room, except at the table with a book is your aunt, who younger you immediately recognises as the sorceress. Her business poof hair. Structural callback.
Look at that. Business poof.
You see the sorceress there.
Yes.
Also your aunt, who looks over at you both and clearly recognises the two of you. I was like, Penelope, Ripley, welcome. You probably both have questions.
Yeah, you could say that. I've been sent on this wild quest with this tiny version of me. Why does she think you're the sorceress?
Yeah, I kind of am.
Wait a minute. Do you mean to tell me that your aunt is the sorceress?
Yes, but I'm also a little bit your aunt.
My aunt is the sorceress? Wicked.
You see, I've been getting quite worried about having to move out of my home.
Why were you having to...
I'm getting on a bit. Oh. And I just wasn't really ready to say goodbye to the memories there, and I sort of started obsessing over the books we used to read, and then it just seemed easier to lose myself in the story for a while.
That is the saddest but cutest thing I've ever heard, Aunt Adelaide.
Sometimes it's difficult to say goodbye to the good times and the good memories one had.
Oh, Aunt Adelaide, you never have to say goodbye to the good memories. You can keep them.
I suppose that's what books are.
Yeah.
We love a book. We absolutely love a book.
And I think that little Ripley would go forward and give Aunt Adelaide a big hug.
Aunt Adelaide gives her a massive hug back. And there's a moment where the two of them look back at you.
I'm okay.
Arms come up. Adelaide's like, remember how the book finishes?
Okay, so I'm going over.
Do you know what? You're not so bad. I think I'd like to be you when I grow up.
How does that make adult Penelope feel?
She won't say anything about it, but she's kind of gassed. She's pretty gassed about that. It's coming quite close to how she felt about letting that kelpie free earlier. She really feels a sense of pride swelling in her chest. And she actually, for the first time, accepts the hug because she doesn't really like them. But this one's all right.
And with that, wind picks up. All the light becomes more intense for a moment.
Yeah.
There's a sense of words rushing past you, and you are, in a second, back at the table. You and your aunt still embracing. On the table, a little tiny desk has been made. One of the mice is cuffed to it. With chicken beer like, who's buying the cheese? Smell! I'll talk to the DA. I'll go easy on you. You got... Oh, they're back! At which point the mouse just slips out of the cuffs and runs away. See yes, this was fun though. Like we'll rehearse again next week. But you also realise Patrick is here with you. He's like,
Wait, I'm not supposed to come. Ooh, a bird!
Wow. Patrick, what is going on? Okay, we're back.
great, you're back. I have a number of questions, but look at the time. And you look at the clock and it's 10 to date.
Oh my gosh. I don't even have time to say all the things that I need to say, Aunt Adelaide. I need to get ready for my date. Do you want to give me a little, I don't know, fairy godmother type spritz up before I head out to go and win myself over a lady friend?
Can do. Say just one of the things you don't have time to say.
That was an incredible adventure, and no, I didn't have time for it, but I will always have time for you, and I hope that you know that. So you can definitely talk to me if you ever have any worries or you feel like going back into the book world, which you absolutely can, but just let me know, because I think that I maybe would also like to see Ripley again. Also, can you give me a sexy dress for my date right now? Not from your own wardrobe. I mean, could you fashion me one?
She moves her hands around in an elaborate and arcane fashion, conjures a little ball of light, then throws it at you. And a dress sort of like forms on you, like it's being blown on you like in the wind, but your outfit completely transforms into like full tilt. What vibe are we going for? Like,
it's giving, I don't know, maybe like dark academia cross cottagecore really sets off my grey skin. Just serving.
It's serving granite.
Yeah, it is serving marble, baby.
Serving quartz.
Yeah, it's serving something.
And that's it. It is a simultaneously magically fabric and crystal. Catches the light. It is elegant. Walking through the doors of the Grand Hall, you see Lucy there with champagne flute in either hand, stood at the balcony. As you approach, take a glass.
Cheers.
Cheers the glasses, and then on that delightful, crisp ringing sound, the sun begins to set. Amber rays of sunlight dance about on the balcony as your hands touch on the railing, and the camera pulls out, revealing the splendour of the Grand Temple.
And Penelope is going to think of all of the things that all the riz she learned from little Ripley on her adventures to utilise. And now she's not so uncharismatic as she used to be. The end.
The real charisma was the friends we made along the way.
Exactly. There's no riz like show riz.
And the camera pans out just to see Chicken being chased by a magical purple cat, screaming. Then Chicken flies towards the camera, hits it, and then it just says, the end.
Yes. Beautiful. Well, that was my first game of D&D, and I'll be honest, I absolutely loved it. That was so much fun.
Oh, I'm glad of it. Are you happy with the way that unfolded? Was it interesting? Was it weird playing two versions of you?
It actually was, and I kept forgetting which version I was and who I wanted to speak, but I think it was very therapeutic for Penelope, because I was thinking about her character before, and I was like, I kind of need a good cop to what will be her bad cop, but she kind of didn't turn out to be a bad cop at all, really. She just kind of turned out to be a fish out of water, but luckily childhood her was there to help her out. And I think that's quite a nice metaphor for most of us. The older we get, we kind of are trying to conform more to what everyone expects us to be. And sometimes we need to remember that childhood self and just do what we want, because it's just better, isn't it?
Yeah. This is a great time to plug other things you've got coming up.
Well, you can find me as Shan Wills 0. That is ChanWills 0 on YouTube or TikTok, or just without the 0 as Shan Wills on Instagram, which is where I post most of my things. Check out for any news, what's going on with my stand-up show. Please do.
Lovely stuff. Thank you so much for playing.
Thank you so much for having me. Yeah, you too.
Let's Roll is a production executive produced by Cary Morrison. World building was done by Joshua MacGregor. Scripting by Paul Foxcroft and Joshua MacGregor. Your cast members are Ellesse White and Arno van Zelst. It was hosted by me, Paul Foxcroft. Thanks for listening, and we'll roll again next time.